name is Kamisha.
Tulu.
Shayo.
IBK. Like, cool, right? So anyway, what you guys gonna say?
I was going to say that's not what I tell people at work, but
What did you tell them?
I always tell them my full name.
Which is
Ibukun.
Ibukun. Shai, what's your whole name?
Shine.
That's what he's gonna go by and he's sticking to it. So, welcome to our first podcast. We're so excited that you guys are here, and we have so much in store for you guys. So, we're just here just to clear the air, just to tell you guys what exactly, who exactly, where exactly, and why Catalyst. If something else comes after it, it wasn't planned for. But we want to tell you guys about Catalyst. So, what exactly is Catalyst?
No, it's okay. I would say this, right? So it's an agent of change, right? That's kind of how I see it. And being an agent of change is what it's about. I mean, we don't want to just be, just carry a label, and just do this Christian thing, for the sake of something that we do, but really being who we are as Christians is being agents of change. And so that's kind of what I see Catalyst being, showing us how we can really be the agents of change that we're supposed to be.
So I'm wearing a shirt that says, your catalyst starts here. I know you can't see it on the podcast, but you guys can see it on the camera. So your catalyst starts here. And I thought about that because it's like your change starts here. Your progression starts here. Whatever it is that you're looking for, that's what Catalyst is. Catalyst is a place in you, in every one of us, that changes something about someone else. And I think that's so important that you guys know and that we know ourselves what Catalyst is. It's when we see someone and we smile and then that smile is contagious, that's Catalyst. When we see someone and they look down and we ask, are you okay? That's Catalyst. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
It really does. And I like that you say that it starts here, because sometimes we church folks are used to thinking that
Y'all
good
church
stuff.
folks.
I know, right? Me, okay. Church folks are used to thinking that it starts on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like wake up on Sunday morning, fix yourself up, and then go to church, and then change starts there. But I like that you're saying it starts here. So it starts when I see you.
Right.
It starts on a Sunday evening or on a Friday night at the club. Like Catalyst is where you want Catalyst to be.
Right.
Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. It's for me. It's this is really important to me. I guess personally is that we can't be different people on Sunday and then have this mode that we get into for
Something
church.
you turn on for church.
Yeah, something we turn on.
Yeah.
That to me, I always have a problem with that. And being Catalyst, just like you said, really speaks to really being authentic. Because if we are authentic as who we are, then, and not just being authentic, but being really who we've been called to be, Christ in us, being those agents of change, then it should happen everywhere. It should be a natural reflection of just who we are, and we shouldn't have to get into a different mode when we walk into church versus when we walk into the office versus when we walk into the club.
Yeah, it's so interesting because, like, I used to have a friend who would be like, oh, you think this is too short for church? Well, if you're gonna wear it outside, you might as well, anything that you can wear in church or outside church, you should be able to wear the same thing anywhere. Like, you shouldn't feel like, this is my church clothes, this is my work clothes. If you feel comfortable wearing it, honey, to the mall, you should feel comfortable wearing it to church. And that is so important, the church situation, right? A lot of people consider church like a building. Like, a lot of people just, and I know it's hard to not think of it like that, but for Catalyst, it's not a building. I'm a church by myself. In fact, the Bible talks about where 2 or 3 are gathered, he's there. Isn't that church? That's what church is. So right now, we're having church. This is church.
Yeah.
So church, we want to be careful in Catalyst in being traditional and having doctrine and having traditions and having whatever the case may be, because if Jesus, if Paul, if all those people were great for 2017, honey, they would be here. But since they're not, honey, Kamisha, Tolu, Shayo, and IBK is here. Okay, so we ready to change.
Yeah, I like what you said right there, about, clothing thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, is this what I wear to church versus this what I'll wear somewhere else? And I think that also speaks to, now let's talk about church, you know, as a gathering of believers that will get together. That also speaks to the church as well, in that, you know, if you're comfortable with how somebody looks outside, but you're not comfortable with how they look in church, then I think there's a problem with that, right? And not just the look, but, you know, everything about them. You know, we really want this to be a place where people just can be themselves. And it's okay if you're not, you know, all there, you know, and if there's some imperfections, there's some stuff that, you know, you might feel embarrassed about at a traditional place, you know. But that's the whole thing. We are all on a journey. That's one thing that we take very seriously at Catalyst, I think.
And you know, it reminds me, I actually grew up a 7-day Adventist, right? So, I don't know if anyone knows what it is, but we go to church on Saturdays, we don't eat pork, we don't eat shrimp, and I love shrimp. But anyway, so when you go to church, you have to wear your best dress. I mean, like, you can't wear pants, you can't wear short skirts. I mean, you have to, like, look like church. Like, you know, what you think church is, that's what you have to look like. This girl came in with a jean, like, denim jacket and, like, a denim short skirt. Even me, I was shocked. Like, she has the audacity. Like, how dare she? But it makes me think of, like, right now, like, would I think that today? And I felt so hurt. Like, I wish I could find that girl to give her a hug. You know what I mean? I felt so bad about that. Like, oh, like, why are we like that? Like, you know, and so many people, even our age as millennials, we judge people. Like, if someone comes in with, like, purple hair now, people would look.
Tattoos.
And it's like, why? Like, you know, we went to the Apple store today, Shio and I, and we saw so many just different people, and people were so comfortable there. And that's what we want, kind of like that comfort that if I have tattoos, honey, on my face, I feel comfortable to go to Catalyst.
Yes, come on.
You know, what do you think?
Come on.
Well, like I would like to go back to where you said, you know, Catalyst starts here. You know, my own thing is just like IBK said, you know, we should be like an agent of change. So I just believe, you know, anywhere we go, right now people don't open their Bible anymore. We are the Bible that everybody reads. So it's like anywhere we go, we should always strive to make a difference. We should be that agent of change anywhere we go. You know, even if, you know, like me, I've had friends who have drank, you know, but now it's just, now I've rededicated my life, I've done so many changes. So now, when I'm in the midst of my friends, or if anywhere I am, people should know what I stand for. People should know that he's a change guy. He doesn't do this or he doesn't do it. I should be that type of person. People want to emulate like, oh, I mean, this guy doesn't do this, doesn't do that, but he still has fun. He still does all this because, and you know, it's that kind of stuff. Also, it's like anywhere we go, people watch us. Like I said, we're the Bible everybody reads. You know, things might happen. The way we react, the way what we say, or how we embrace a certain situation. I mean, we should always be that different. You know, if people are going all crazy, all this and that, we should be that calm person. It's like, wow, it's like things are going AY. We should be that calm person. Like, wow, because yeah, like it's okay. It would figure itself out. It will work itself out.
Yeah.
You know, I know I've had situations like that with commissions. Like things go all crazy. I just stress out. Like it's like, calm down. It'll work itself out. We should be that. That's what I got from what IBK was saying. It's like we should be that agent of change. Anything that's going on, we should be calm. We should be different. We should be that change.
He
like
is God.
He is God. Like so, people are going all, wow, this, that. Then we should be like, and the people's like, whoa, hey,
What's it about?
what is it? You never stress. You never you never worry. I mean, what is it? It's kind of like, you know, I'm sure we're all familiar with all these stories. It's like about the pilot and the child, you know, it was flying, everybody was going all stressing out, all blah blah blah, and the guy asked the child, the pastor, that is, you know, it's different, so, but I mean, the last one I heard was the pastor. It was like praying all this, and the child was just there. It's like, hey, how come you weren't stressing out or anything? I was like, well, my father is the pilot. I mean, nothing will ever happen. You know, I mean, I know my father is not gonna kill me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we should kind of emulate that kind of thing. We should be that type of, you know, difference, that type of, you know, should I say, change in any settings that we are. It's like,
Yeah,
we should,
catalyst.
we should be that catalyst. Like, wow, hey, I want to be like you. I want to have that confidence. I want to have that type of faith. Like, if things are going on crazy, if things are going on, I mean, just anyhow, like, I know there will be a way. There's
And
always a way.
I want to pick up on that because, talking about being agents of change, one of the things I think we've talked about is, being real about it. I think one of the mistakes that we tend to make is that, we sometimes we know this that we're supposed to be different, right? We know that, we're supposed to, we're not supposed to be like, others in the world and all that. But in the effort to try to do that, we then try to become who we're not.
Right.
And if we really believe and we know that the change that Jesus brings comes from the inside, and that reflects in us. I mean, if we are, living by the word that we're doing this, we know that the Holy Spirit is changing us from the inside out. And so we should not be afraid to be ourselves. Yeah. And sometimes that means that, it doesn't mean you're going to be perfect all the time, right?
Of course not.
It doesn't mean that, there'll be times when you slip up. That's cool, but like, be natural and be Jesus. And own it. Don't pretend like you're who you're not. Yeah. But if you're natural and you have that natural Jesus coming through you, like, hey, it's different. I mean, you don't have to fake it. Because what we're carrying is not fake.
Yeah, people will see right through it. Yeah. And it's funny, like I used to say, and I'm going to start saying it now, when you're anointed, you leak the Holy Spirit. What does that mean? Like, you walk in a place, honey, people should know you're in the room.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
And not even in a way that, this girl again, why is she here? Like, oh my God, let's fix up, because, you should be the kind of person that, wow, okay, she's gonna make sure everything works out. He's gonna be the person to make it work. That is who God wants us to be. Right. He wants us to be the fixers. You know what I mean? And we're able to say that it's not me, it's God.
Right.
I look at people like Stephen Curry, like, he's like the greatest person right now, right?
Amazing.
I don't like him because I always like the underdog. We'll talk about that later, okay? But what we can get from him is this. Everybody knows he's great, right? So when they ask him, why are you so great? He is bold and good enough to say, it's all my Father.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God doesn't, see, this is the thing. God doesn't want us to be poor, okay? Oops, awkward. God doesn't want us to be poor. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
like, he wants us to have overflow. Do you see, what does that mean? That means we have to do well in school. That means we have to do well in our jobs. That means we have to do well in our, it's not saying do a bad job, right? It's not saying drive a Camry. If you want to drive a Camry, that's why I'm not saying it's bad, but there's always more. You know what I mean? So there's always like this misconception that Christians have to be so humble and lowly and don't have and struggle. That's not true. You know what I mean? And here at Catalyst, we want to make sure that, we have networking events with doctors, lawyers, artists. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't have to be a doctor, a lawyer. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be creative if you're not creative. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever your purpose is, that's Catalyst.
Yeah.
Okay, Catalyst is your purpose. Catalyst is your future. Catalyst is your past. Catalyst is your present. Catalyst is you.
Yes.
Catalyst is anything you need it to be. So that, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like that catalyst is you. I really like that. I think that as a phrase we really should stick to when
Catalyst
we go.
is you.
Yeah, catalyst is you, because we've talked on a lot of points. Especially, I like the part about being authentic.
Yeah,
people
genuine.
want us to be authentic and genuine. And so everywhere we go, let's say that, catalyst is you. You're the one that we're here for.
Right.
You are the reason that catalyst exists. We want to see you. We want you to come just as you are.
Right.
Don't try to be like someone else. Don't try to fix yourself. Just come as you are.
Right.
Because catalyst is you.
And that's interesting because just picture this, right? If you were the only person on this earth that has ever lived, Jesus would have still died for you. So that is why Catalyst is you, because it is because of you. God puts people in your life. God might have even put Catalyst in your life at this season right now because of you. And so I want you to know that this is not on accident. This is not something that, we just thought about yesterday. God was thinking about you when he created Catalyst. And that brings us to our last point that I really want us to talk about, is why. Why Catalyst? What does anyone have to say about that?
Why Catalyst? I believe why Catalyst, I believe with Catalyst, if you don't know your purpose on earth, or you don't know what it is you want to do in life, or you just don't have any direction, I believe with Catalyst, I mean, you said why Catalyst? I believe if you come and join us and fellowship with us, I believe as you grow and as time goes on, I believe there's no way, there's no how. I mean, you will definitely, God will lead you and would God will take you through the path and will also reveal your purpose on earth. That's what I believe.
So why Catalyst? Your purpose, to find your purpose.
Yeah, I also want to say that, you know, because we've kind of talked about this as well. For us, it's a burden for us to, I guess I would call it a burden, in that we need folks to connect. We know that there's a lot of folks out there, you know, you're doing a church thing, you know, and it's kind of a routine for you, or it's because you're supposed to be there, you know, but we know that this cannot be that. You know, and we need folks to connect with other believers, connect with Christ, connect with the Word, you know, and that's for us. I think for me that's a big why, in that, you know, a place to actually connect and find that what we talked about, you know, find that purpose, find, you know, what it takes to really be that catalyst, to be you, to be who you're supposed to be, who God designed you to be.
That's right.
You know, and really being able to connect, you know, to answer the questions that you won't find answered elsewhere, you know, that some pastors might not want to talk about on the pulpit, you know, to be able to, you know, to be able to ask those questions, you know, to have a platform to ask those questions. I think that's important.
And I'm just gonna add finally that Catalyst, because the time is now. There's no better time. You know, there are all sorts of crazy things going on in our world today. I don't care how old you are, where you go to school, what you do. There's just, you know, so many challenges in life, and I feel like there's no better time than now. This is the time for you. Don't think about it a second time. Don't try to pray about it or wonder why. Just come on. You've had all the things that we have said. This is not impromptu. This is something that's been on our heart. It's something that we're passionate about living and talking about. And so just come check us out, you know. Listen to us, watch up our podcasts, and just stay engaged and in tune, and you'll find out that there's no better time for Catalyst. The time is now. We want to be agents in the world. We want to be the light in the world, in a dark world, and we want to help you answer the questions that you have. So there's no better time. Catalyst is now.
Catalyst is now, and Catalyst is you.
Catalyst is you.
This is you.